Local programming on KRWG Public Media made possible in part by viewers like you. Thank you. Hi, I'm Scott Mercado, and welcome to another episode of KRWG Music Spotlight. Era Snow is a singer-songwriter originally from Ruidoso. She's been singing live for 14 years, but started gigging in 2014. Her music has been described as sultry, soothing, and hypnotic. We're pleased to welcome Era Snow to KRWG Music Spotlight. Well, is that a pretty accurate assessment? Sultry, soothing? Would you like to add anything to that?
I'll usually get the soothing thing, kind of
thing.
Something that someone would like to fall asleep to.
I call that accurate. I've seen you play a few times. We'll talk about your musical and songwriting influences.
I usually say my grandmother when I answer that question. Of course, I think that every song I've ever listened to, every live show has been an inspiration, and I appreciate that aspect of art. But I think the most constant inspiration has been my grandmother, because she's also a singer-songwriter, and she's who got me into it, or saw the interest when I was young and gave me the tools.
Encouraged you.
Yeah, exactly.
She also Ruidoso?
No, Silver City, actually.
Silver City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, when did you first learn to play the guitar, and or was that your first instrument?
Yeah, well, I learned piano very briefly when I was probably in first grade or something, and then my piano teacher moved, so that was the end of that. But guitar was around 5th grade. I was in a singing competition, and it had a few different levels, like the semifinals and whatever. And so for the finals, you had to sing the same song, and I was kind of getting bored of it. And my little kid brain was like, oh my God, what if I learned how to play the guitar and I played this song for the final to make it a little bit different? Of course, I didn't know how hard it was to learn the guitar, so I didn't end up learning the guitar for that final, but it kind of started the cogs turning, and eventually, I got into learning guitar, and it changed everything for me.
Well, what about songwriting? When did you first write songs?
I think because my grandmother was a singer-songwriter, and that was just a concept that was so normalized for me. It was something that I started doing immediately. I have little stories about, there's a song by George Strait, and something about a firefighter or whatever, but when I was...
Fireman, yeah.
Yes, and...
That's my name.
Right, and
Sorry.
I jammed to it too, I guess, when
Yeah.
I was little, and then I wrote a song back about it, and it was like, I don't know why they call him the fireman, because there aren't any fires, and it was like this weird little kid song. But just I have stories of I think I've always written things or come up with things and stuff like that. But I think I probably got serious with it around middle school, high school.
And do you have a process now, lyrics first, music first, or does it vary?
It very much varies. I think because I've been doing it so long, I notice in different periods of my life, I'll get introduced to different ways, or, but yeah, I like to juggle between lyrics first, or if a guitar catches, a guitar part that I'm noodling with catches my ear, I'll put the lyrics around that, or sometimes it's very story-based. So usually I'll pick one of the things that's kind of leading the ship, and then everything else is kind of just in support of whatever I choose to be the captain for that specific song, if that makes sense.
We'll let you captain your own ship now and let you perform some of your songs. We're going to start off with Two Tooth Truth. What's the story behind that one?
That one I wrote when I was living in Michigan, and I had read this book when I was in Oregon. A friend had given me, and it was called The Burrow by Franz Kafka, and it's just such a weird book to read, because it's just this kind of paranoid mental ramblings of this little critter in a burrow, and he's very paranoid and scared and just very crazy. And I really resonated with some of the mental processes or the thoughts, and it was kind of funny to me to relate to this little critter. So I ended up writing Two Tooth Truth.
All right, let's let you get started. Era Snow, today's guest on KRWG Music Spotlight.
Screaming profanities out, I bleed insanity out, fall out of gravity on the gravel, scratch I'm crass, I'm smoking in the grass or on. And when these worms get loud, I drown them in the sound. Feel their bodies, their ego, and writhe inside and around my brain. Winter took all my habits and put them in front of my eyes. Oh, and they claw at my clothing. I'm closing the door while my feet hang from the sky. Halls, I hear them scurry behind walls, I chase with fury, then pause, too late to bury myself this time, 'cause they'll find me now. And when these worms get weird, I hear them in my ears, and they whisper tongue twisters that blister my poor withered fearful brain. Winter took all my habits and put them in front of my eyes. Oh, and they claw at my clothing. I'm closing the door while my feet hang from the sky. Inseparable, immeasurable moments. I've been moping through these caves. I'm saving myself for the disappointment if I ever brave the unknown. Girl, you take and take until there's nothing left. The riverbed is dried up. I am bored of this old tune. So the days they pitter-patter like the rain that never comes. I can listen to this old drum humming to the same old tune. Underneath the muddy scrud and sedimental sentiments, my body into pieces and take a bite. Underneath it beating me down dead, I didn't get to get ahead. I'd known I might have never tried. So you take and I'm tired of it all. One of these days, oh, we're gonna lose it all for this old town. Ooh. Want it on the silver platter, matter not from whence it come. Such devotion to the notion that everything was made for you. Underneath the muddy scrud and sedimental sentiments, my body into pieces and take a bite. Underneath the beating me down dead, I didn't get to get ahead. I'd known I might have never tried. Here's hoping it's gonna be a short while. At the end of the mile, here's hoping it's gonna be a long time through the lens of our eyes. I socialized with a freight train ferry. Our love unfolded in the cold in February. We rode the tracks under the skies of Arizona. The sun and moon, they hypnotized me and my lover. Ooh, ooh, freight train ferry. Train ferry. Well, I'd never been in love before, at least that's what I say each time. But my oh my, this time I feel it's true. I caught a glimpse of traveled eyes playing hacky sack, no shoes and a bathrobe that still pointed how to make my move. So we danced to the blues, said, "Oh, who are yous in the grass?" And he said, "It's a pleasure to meet ya, but I gotta warn ya, I'm married to the tracks." And I said, "You gotta know one thing, if you're gonna know me, I will love you only if you keep on doing you. If you're married to the tracks, then I'd like to meet her. Could you take me with you? Could you take me with you?" So I caught a ride with a freight train ferry. Our love unfolded in the cold in February. We rode the tracks under the skies of Arizona. The sun and moon, they hypnotized me and my lover. Ooh, freight train ferry. Ooh, freight train ferry. There's nothing that compares to his dirty, curly, wild hair blowing in the wind as we began to move. Tell me, have you ever kissed your beau in the middle of the night on a railroad? Well, I'll just say that it's quite cool. So we dance to the song you can't shy away from, boy, she did sing. And I said, "It's a pleasure to know ya. I've heard all about ya. Yeah, I've heard everything." She said, "You gotta know one thing, if you're gonna know me, I will love you only if you keep on doing you. If you're gonna ride these tracks, then you gotta be here, and you better be prepared for a radical change of view." Well, I caught a ride with a freight train ferry. Our love unfolded in the cold in February. We rode the tracks under the skies of Arizona. The sun and moon, they hypnotized me and my lover. Ooh, freight train ferry. Ooh, freight train ferry. As we went flying by, we caught a glimpse of a child's eye. "Mama, did you see that on the railroad tracks?" She said, "Do you mean them train faithful?" Her dry reply implied a joke. Behind the horn, he swore he heard us laugh. So we danced to the sound of the noises bound to the road. And I said, "It's a pleasure to know ya. Oh, I adore ya. You know I love you so." And he said, "You gotta know one thing, if you're gonna know me, I will love you only if you keep on doing you." Then we rode off on the tracks. At times I think we're still there. Close my eyes and hear her howl under the moon. Well, I socialized with a freight train ferry. Our love unfolded in the cold in February. We rode the tracks under the skies of Arizona. The sun and moon, they hypnotized me and my lover. Ooh, freight train ferry. Ooh, freight train ferry. Okay. This is called I Wrote This at the Laundromat. Well, I walked through the fall towards icy arms that welcome me home, and I danced on the leaves. 'Twas bitter and cold and dead like me. Ooh, never fall for you, while your vision is stuck in the wind. I'll hang my heavy head, wait for sun to come again. Rays never came for you, while your vision was stuck in the wind. How tragic, what are you to do? If I am no project, then you are no use to somebody in this land whose stories I know like the back of my head. Ah, ooh, ah. I'll hang my sorrows, wait for rain to come again. Drops never fall for you, while your vision is stuck in the wind. I'll hang my heavy head, wait for sun to come again. Rays never came for you, while your vision was stuck in the wind.
Well, Era, thank you for performing those songs. Talk about that last one you did. I believe it's called I Wrote This at the Laundromat. Would it be too easy to ask if you wrote it at a laundromat or where?
Yes, I did in Silver City. There's this really cute laundromat, and it's right by the ditch. And so there's like a little stream running through it. And for those that don't know Silver City, it's the old Main Street, and floods just completely took it over. So now the downtown is just like shifted over, and now there's this awesome little ditch that you can just crawl around. And yeah, there's a stream and lots of greenery and some bridges going over. But then on the other side of this ditch, there's this laundromat. So yeah, I just went to wash some clothes, and I parked just right outside, and it was a really beautiful day, and there were lots of people in the laundromat. So I just was sitting outside, and it was facing the ditch and the bridge, and I was just thinking about, I was looking at the trees and the seasons. I think I end up writing about them a lot in one way or another, and just cycles and spirals and, you know, patterns and things. So I just kind of was looking at the trees and the leaves and thinking about myself. So it's kind of like a diary entry, and just,
So it's important to leave yourself open for those unexpected inspirations.
oh, definitely,
that.
definitely. I've written this like songs about the silliest little random things, and
Yeah.
because it'll just doop, open
Yeah.
up a little something.
Well, you mentioned flooding. You're from Ruidoso. You still have family there? Let's talk about last year, the fires and the floods. How did that impact them?
Yeah, it's one of those things growing up, you hear about these natural disasters, and it's devastating, and it's very surreal when it happens to your community. And to have seen natural disasters on screens, and then to see it, you know, yeah, with identifiable places that you've been and loved. And so, yeah, it's devastating. The day that the fire started, I was at my favorite little spot at this coffee shop that I used to always work at, and was this beautiful little stream there always, and I was standing there and looking at the smoke, and I thought it was, because we do get fires and they're always devastating. I didn't know what this was going to eventually turn into, but I saw the smoke of the beginnings of that fire, and just standing there, it felt very, it was very tragic. I didn't know the extent to it, but now that same spot, I couldn't even stand in the same place that I was standing in, because it's just been torn apart by the flooding this year, but due to the fires. So it happened last year, and my mom's lost their house, and so many other family members and friends lost their houses, but then now this year we have more people losing houses and different things because of the flooding.
It's quite a tragedy.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
Well, let's talk about new music. Do you have new music coming out? New music out already?
Yes, I've been putting things out more regular. I've been a little technology and I don't always get along, but I've been really trying to, nowadays if you're a musician, you also have to try to be some kind of online persona.
Right. And you have a lot of videos.
Yeah.
And we got about a minute left, but how important is that for you and your music?
I think it's very important because it does help with accessibility for music. I can have friends and family that can listen in other places. So I love that aspect. I just am learning how to do all of that because I'm not the best at that side of things. But I love the aspect of the accessibility. It's just a bit of a learning curve, but I got it and I'm working on it.
All right. Well, we're glad you took time to join us today, Era Snow, on KRWG Music Spotlight. Thank you again for being our guest.
Thanks for having me.
And be sure to catch our past performances on YouTube and like us on Facebook to keep up with future episodes. For KRWG, I'm Scott Mercado, and thank you for joining us for KRWG Music Spotlight.